Forged from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners, wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection, and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. Net Radio.
Ding bong, it's ding dong, party time again. Boom boom. I wanna be somewhere where the music is. I wanna be somewhere where the vibes it live. Inside of that I go get that. Behind them girl when they push back, I and everybody hope you know that. No care, 'cause I wanna party. Bad, 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 bad. Wave up my hand, na 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 na. Wind up on girl, I wanna party. Bad, 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 bad. Wave up my hand, na 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 na. And wind up on girl. And you know when we doing it, we doing it, we doing it. You don't know we doing it proper. And you know when we doing it, we doing it, we doing it. You don't know we doing it proper. And you know when we doing it, yeah we doing it, yeah we doing it proper. And you know when we doing it, we doing it, we doing it. You don't know we doing it proper. Friends, outside all night. This whole place on wild, and it's the whole team out there. Drinks that we drinking top tier. We having our time, don't stop way. Well, if you wanna be home, well not me. I wanna be somewhere where the music is. I wanna be somewhere where the vibes it live. Inside of that I go get that. Behind them girl when they push back, I and everybody hope you know that. No care, 'cause I wanna party. Bad, 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 bad. Wave up my hand, na 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 na. And wind up on girl, I wanna party. Bad, 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 bad. Wave up my hand, na 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 na. And wind up on girl. And you know when we doing it, we doing it, we doing it. You don't know we doing it proper. And you know when we doing it, we doing it, we doing it. You don't know we doing it proper. And you know when we doing it, yeah we doing it, see a fence I want to climb. I wanna be on my worst behavior. Whoa. Look, them girl right there whining Stevie, you know. Yeah, why not? I wanna be somewhere where the music is. I wanna be somewhere where the vibes and live. Inside a fete I go get that. Behind them girl when they push back, I and everybody hope you know that. No care, cause I wanna party. Bad, 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 bad. Wave up my hand, na, 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 and wind up on girl. I wanna party.
Wake up,
Bad, 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 bad.
it's the
Wave up my hand, na, na, na,
Breakfast Show,
na, and wind up
bringing
on
you the
girl.
energy,
I wanna
music and vibes to start your day right.
Bad, 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 bad. Wave up my hand, na, 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 and wind up on girl. I wanna party.
So if you really want to start your day right,
Bad, bad, bad. Wave up
then you know you're in a good place, right? You are here on New Era TT Radio, the heartbeat of the Caribbean. Let's take you above and beyond. Good Friday morning to everybody tuning in, tuning on,
girl. I wanna
wherever you may be, Trinidad and Tobago.
bad, 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 bad. Wave up my hand, na, 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 and wind up on girl. I wanna party. Bad, 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 bad.
To our neighbors in the Caribbean, our friends who are streaming all around the globe on the www.good day to you.
Bad, 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 bad. Wave up my hand, na, na,
Hoping that all is well with you this morning, yeah? As always, I want to say much thanks to the Heavenly Father for bringing us together for another day. And everything that we do, dear God, let it be a blessing, honor to you. Sir Charles, that is me.
wave up my hand.
Happy am I to be here in this space with you
I wanna party.
as we welcome everybody to the Friday edition. Yes, it is a Friday.
And wind up on girl.
This is the Get Up and Go. We welcome everybody to the Breakfast Show.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here, we bring in the soca way.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Morocco's Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Oh, oh, good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast show energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your doubles or your morning drink.
And right now, your weekend begins. It's New Era TT Radio. Welcome to the Breakfast Show, everybody. And of course, good morning, Wendell. How are you doing?
Morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Richard. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe. It's a wet Friday morning. I don't know if it's wet by you, but it's wet by me. And we're happy to be in the land of the living. Happy birthday to a few people who I have on my list today. Critical, I said his birthday was yesterday, but apparently it's today. Alan Samuel goes by the name of Critical Thinker. Happy birthday, Alan. Carl M. Jack, who listens to us and messages us on a morning here. He has said, no, Carl Jack birthday is tomorrow. So why coming up as today?
It probably was like my own.
Happy early birthday, Carl Jack. Today is also the birthday of Roger Bart, father of Aisha Bart. Happy birthday, Roger. Dexter Asun, haven't seen you for a long time. Dexter is a dancer, a Latin dancer. Shaliza Ori and Denise Bellaran. That was a sneeze. My apologies. Yeah. So happy birthday to all these people. Carl, I think your birthday is tomorrow. It's saying tomorrow, but it's showing up today. I don't know why. But happy birthday all the same to all who are celebrating birthday today and over the coming weekend. All right?
Yeah. So all everybody who's celebrating birthdays, anniversary, whatever you're celebrating, I just celebrating life today, giving God thanks and praises for life. As I mentioned, the person who is the Latin dancer.
Yeah.
I had to try and get back to that.
Dexter Asun.
Yeah, I have to get back to doing some Latin dancing and stuff. I really like it. It's nice.
I never learned it officially, but I kind of do it naturally. But I don't know all the moves like how the professionals do it. You know what I mean? But if I get somebody who can dance with me, then I can do a lot of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it has to be somebody who can dance.
Yeah. If you really want to think, if you have a dancing partner, it just really help move it along. You know, it's kind of, you can go home and you can practice it, or you can meet and practice it. You know.
So Charles, I have to tell you this on air because for some reason you may have to be the only one to do this. Gael started off with us and just so switched, just so gone off of us and gone to some other program.
This morning here?
Just now, it just happened before my very eyes. We were on air. They showed you the start of the breakfast show. They showed you the dancing people, and then it went off to Christopher Lee doing something with Attila Springer, an old interview that they brought back. Just like that. It just switched.
Wow.
Because I have it up in front of me. So for those who looking at Gael, you would have also noticed that they just dropped off of us and went on to something else. So I'm sure the people at Gael are listening now, but this is getting a little too tiresome. Anyway,
man.
It's Friday, so we're going to enjoy ourselves anyway, regardless. I know a lot of you all are on YouTube or on Facebook and all the other devices listening or watching us. So right now we still off of them. Right now they're still showing Christopher Laird, and I think it's Attila Springer. A very young. This is an old interview because Christopher Laird.
Wow. Hold on, right. Let me see if I get it. Hello, good morning. Hold on. Hello, good morning. Errol.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wendell, talk to this man here for me.
Errol,
yes,
this is Wendell. How are you going? The program started off with us this morning and then it switched.
Yes, you went down for 3 minutes. 3 minutes you went down for. Your show is back on. You went down at 6:06 and you're back at 6:09.
Right. I'm actually seeing it come back up in front of me.
Yeah, you went down for 3 minutes. I'm aware in master control.
Yeah. Remember what we are seeing on the TV is a little delayed, eh?
Yeah. In some cases, it's more than a little.
Yeah.
In some cases, more than a little, but you're up.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
I'm seeing you and hearing you and me on your program now.
Oh. Yeah. It's back up.
Thank you very much, Master Control.
Oh, you're very, very welcome, sir. Is there anything else I can assist with this morning?
You can give us a joke. You can give us a Friday morning joke.
Wake up these people first, man.
Yeah, give us a nice joke.
We know you have something coming up just now, actually.
It moved to March, but a good joke this morning to start you off with is that everything was free and fair at the Marsh Ground Sunday night.
That's funny.
You did well. That's
funny.
Yeah, you're a very experienced individual. Thank you very much, Errol. Yes.
That's a joke, Errol.
Yes.
Good morning, Errol.
He just went.
Good morning, guys. Good morning to our listeners and viewers wherever you are. Yeah, good morning, everybody.
How are you doing, Richard?
He's tired now, as usual. Scandalizing people.
Yeah. I guess you're into high gear right now.
If what?
Yeah, I guess you all are into high gear.
Yes. So there's when rehearsals really ramp up and sometimes go very late. But it's fun. It's fun. Rehearsals are usually very fun and lively events. Yeah. So.
Well, I was watching TV6 News last night, and I saw your ad come up on TV6 News last night.
Oh, the scandal in Cedars.
Yeah, the scandal in Cedars. I saw the ad.
Yeah. Of course, we're opening next week, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday at 8:30 and Sunday at 6:30. Of course, that's Saturday, the 28th of February, and Sunday, the 1st of March. The first theater for 2026. So theatre will officially open next week. And of course, we'll be on at Central Bank Auditorium. And of course, tickets are available now and are already selling at K Squared Fashions in West Mall, Eastgates, and Brentwood Mall. Jubilee Rawi in Chinnapuna, Electronics in Arima is where Arimians can get their tickets and surrounding areas. And in Val Park Shopping Plaza, you can get it at Antoni's Florals, as well as in Champlain Auto Services in Champlain, for those of you in the Mont Lambert, Champlain, Mount Hope area. You can get tickets Savo, etc. You can all get your tickets there at Champlain Auto Services. Yeah, so we're looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. As I said, Deborah is hilarious. You know, several people are hilarious in this play. But Deborah is very, very funny. But yeah, looking forward to it. Of course, it's Friday, so put a smile on your face. The weekend has begun, people. It's like Ash Friday, I guess, if you want to call it that. And so, you know, I know some foreigners are still here. Some are leaving. Some would have left already. Some people who are visiting would have left already, and some will be still here until this weekend. And some, you know, have a extended vacation to get away from the cold, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
We have a high seas, a red alert, a disease, high seas alert going on right now. So people be mindful of that, please. Because I know a lot of you all want to go to the beach and so on. We have a high seas alert, so be mindful of that, please. Right?
Yeah. Normally around this time of the year, I think it runs until either about April or sometime into May. You know, there's always this, and they always have that kind of alert because it's never at its best at that point in time. There's always this undercurrent that they talk about too, that really could take you from where you are in, you know, so they're ready at this point in time. Ask people to be very vigilant when they go to the beaches. So.
Yeah. I had a discussion with Harper and the next guy. I think it's his brother, you know. Yesterday, sea is for fish, jungle is for animal. The safest place right now for a human being, it might be in the sky, actually.
But human beings are animals. You're forgetting basic biology.
Well, I thought you were going on the road of behavior, you know.
No, we're animals.
Because
we may be the most intelligent animal, but we're still an animal.
I ain't so sure about the other part.
Basic biology. Yeah. And if you look at evolution, we came from the sea.
I feel a rat and a pig more intelligent than some humans, yes?
Oh boy. You know what? Let's do all good news and then we come back.
Just trying to show clarity. Trying to show clarity in a good light.
If you then look at it, at the video, the Suez Renegades, the water bands. Yeah.
Garcia Providence girls, yeah?
Yeah.
Where's that though? That's in the
That's a real nice span song. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All right, let's greet the people in the chat before we get into today's program, because guess who had a press conference yesterday? We were trying to get him, folks. Marshall Montano had a press conference yesterday to kind of explain away some of the situations that came up concerning his road march victory. And he did say he is done. He is focusing on other things, so he'll not be entering the road march race. But at the end, he tell his team, well, if you bring a good easy tune for me. So you don't know that he done.
You're leaving the door open.
He done leaving the door open.
Yeah. I'm going, but I ain't leaving.
Yeah. I think Marshall is so addicted to that attention and that performing and so on. I think he's too addicted to it now.
Yeah, he loves that.
Yeah, he clearly loves the stage. You know. Suzanne Jessup came in first at 11:58. Suzanne, Suzette, and Mrs. Gemma, of course. Valerie Mendoza, Victor Thongs, haven't heard from you for a while. Eunice Dublin, Ava Smith, Boy B. Dacey from DB. Apollina says good morning, Richard Wendell and Sir Charles. Erica Charles also said, thank God for life. Unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my voice. O my God, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed. Let not my enemy triumph over me. Blessings and love to all. I read your entire prayer this morning, Erica. Slick Money Grip, good morning. Diane Payne also says good morning. Marlon Motley, happy Good Friday morning. Manuela Peters, manager, that's Norris Ferguson. Carol Guevara, Manuela Peters. Good morning to Miss Lorna Matthews. He's sending a special greeting there. Robert Taylor also says good morning. Prabha Ramdial, have a great weekend. Brennan Smith in Goodwood, Tobago. Sherwin and Juliet Kerr in Arima. Doreen Pear, Merle McComey. Joyce Phillip, Ila Rizan. Carla Hercules, Kathy Ann Charles, and Arlene back in Bronxville, Texas. Trinidad Margot from Florida. Trini Merle Kitchen in Oshawa, Ontario. Sherma Paul, Robert Allen, our winner of our first karaoke. Pamela O'Connor, Alistair Hart, Carl Jack, who's celebrating his birthday tomorrow, Joycelyn Pabaru, all right, that's a new name. Yvette Scipio, Carl Jack says thanks, and yes, it is tomorrow. Gael not streaming, well, we fixed that. We had the Gael man himself on air just now. Ingrid from Tucson, Arizona, Ambrose Blau from New York, Lester Cradwell, Estelita Sampson, okay. Nicola McNichols, Bernadette and Melissa Yates, Kenny in Harlem, who is in Valsane, CJ from New York, who's in New York, I think. Magic, Grand Rising, Carlisle Cupid, Helen Prescott, my granddaughter is in this band, Garcia Providence. Nicola, I have a joke, guys. New Year Theaters, do you know what? Dante did it. Okay. Dante, eh? What Dante? If nobody knew what Dante was before or about Dante, they know now. Dave Gosain says good morning. Diana Hamill, Gavin Frank from Powder Magazine, Odell Guy, good morning and blessings to all. Ambrose Bly is back in. Ron DeSantis Jr., your ears ringing yesterday. I set the record straight yesterday about you. What is that? What record you set straight about me? And Lou Noel, I'm pronouncing your name as you put it up, but good morning, Luan. All right, those are the greetings on the chat.
All right, so let me say good morning to the folks on the WhatsApp who are joining us. Peter Wilson, good morning. Chris out there in Crib, good morning to you. Also to Sherma Paul, Mr. Billy, good morning. Archbishop Ashton Clark, Frank in Aruka, Zena, good morning. Brenda in Penal, also to Rena Buddha Jennings, good day to you. Mr. Beeps is with us also if I forgot, I see Colin Kelly is back here also. Charmin is also here. Trinidad and Tobago, Sexy Red, so is locked on very early. She has errands to run this morning. And everybody else who tuned in, logged on, thank you very much for being on the net. We are going for our commercial break first and for the day, and we will be back. So stay with us. When we come back, we look at the headlines, and then we'll get into all of the other discussions that are taking place in this wonderful land that is Trinidad and Tobago.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
From the producers of You Don't Leave Out to Watch Corn, now comes the first play of 2026, Scandal in Cedrus. What can possibly be going on in Cedrus? Scandal in Cedrus premieres at the Central Bank Auditorium for 2 nights only on Saturday the 28th of February at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 1st of March at 6:30 p.m. Tickets are out now at all usual outlets and at the Central Bank Auditorium from the week of Monday the 23rd of February. Scandal in Cedrus. You ain't ready for this
Scandal
one.
in Cedrus, boy, the place gone mad.
Save more now at Furniture Plus. Get a pair of pillows for only $49, queen mattresses from $7.99, free gifts with select purchases, plus extra discounts on higher purchase plans. Hurry, visit any Furniture Plus showroom today.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
End times is here. Are you prepared? Check us on New Era TT Radio or Net Radio with Brother Raka and Brother Yatazakoa on Mondays from 7 to 8 p.m. End times is here. Stay tuned.
Okay, so we are back after the break. Yeah.
So, Charles, I think Richard would have left us with a greeting stuck on the screen. I don't know if you could fix it. Yeah. I don't know. He probably got knocked off for a bit. All right, nicely. So we are back with today's news headlines, today's Express headlines, that is. Smaller bands face injustices. That's one of the headlines, and that's K2K Alliance and Partners has claimed the Medium Band of the Year title for 2026. Morris, that's Nicholas Morris, Minister Nicholas Morris, has said TTT audio glitch a dead issue. Well, okay. Minister, this is now Minister Michelle Benjamin, says Flavor Village artists will be paid. Apparently, Marshall also confirmed yesterday that he did charge, but he didn't charge as much. He said 1/3 of the normal amount he charged, and he is going to wait on his money. All right. So that's one of the other trending stories. U.S. radar troops to remain in Tobago. That's the military radar in Tobago. It will remain. Beekeeper shot dead in bed, and apparently he was involved in a family dispute recently over a property, ownership of a property. So beekeeper Melvin Pascal was found dead with gunshot injuries to his face. Well, that sounds like it's easy to point in a certain direction. 1 dead, 2 injured in East Port of Spain shooting. That happened yesterday. The deceased has been identified as Dwayne Simon. Right. Fingerprint clue left after rum raid on First and Last Bar in Tunapuna. I didn't know there was a First and Last Bar in Tunapuna. I know there's a First and Last Bar in Manzanilla, for those of you who ever travels that end of the country. Gunned down while walking with wife. That's another trending story. 14-year-old girls missing on Carnival Tuesday. Reports sexual assault. Home invasion in Kunupia. Victim chased into house. And bandits shot off with $500 in costume jewelry in a home invasion. Carnival robbers raid Woodbrook Cemetery. And there's a long list of items they took from the Woodbrook Cemetery, including all the whackers, they blow everything. And that came as a shock to me, because I know those cemeteries have been suffering for lack of equipment for a while. So it was a shock to me to read how many things they stole from the Woodbrook Cemetery. Anyway.
But what do they do? They store the things after they finish working in the cemetery? That's what was going on?
Yeah, there's a whole building in the cemetery, yeah? A whole building with office and...
the Works Ministry have a building there?
No, the Port of Spain Corporation.
Corporation, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, so they have a building in the cemetery.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. I thought they're going to the cemetery, do work and leave it in a corner somewhere.
No. There's a building with storage facility, toilet and bathroom and office accommodation. There's a whole building in the cemetery.
Is the corporation building they broke into?
So they broke into the building.
Yeah, because when I saw it, I said, what are the thief in the cemetery?
Yeah.
I was like, I was saying, maybe, the first person I go in and check to see who won with the items is Papa Nisa and Mother Knox. I go in and check them.
Yeah.
To see what they're going with. But as you're now saying, and Chanapuna, Sawa, all those other places have things like that set up. Yeah.
I'm not sure if the cemeteries, I know Port of Spain Corporation, each one of the cemeteries, there's a building, an office building. La Perouse has a building too, and Western Cemetery has a building in it, where the office staff will be and so on, because most times you go to organize a funeral, you go to the cemetery itself. You understand? Where the records are kept. And there's an office. And Woodbrook, that particular cemetery, has a pretty impressive layout for workers to relax and so on. You know, because they're whole day waiting, sometimes waiting on the next funeral and so on, you know. So But I was just taken aback by the amount of equipment they got. Because I didn't know the cemetery had all that equipment. You know?
And no security. No security.
Well, that is the problem, because I think they would have left Carnival Friday and came back the Wednesday, and they discovered the items missing.
But there's a government place. They must have security for the building. Come on, man.
I think there's a watchman. I stand corrected with that. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? There used to be a watchman. I don't know if that there was any watchman. This has never happened as far as I remember. And
that is the thing. It never happened, so it never happened. So nobody realizes that here going on. We need to have a 24-hour security, or at least when workers leave, the security coming for half of the day, like where we used to be. You know? Yeah. So something, man. Oh gosh. Nah.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll get to the bottom of it, because come to think of it, when you exit Woodbrook Cemetery, you're exiting on Mokorapo Road. I think there are cameras in that area. I mean, I don't know if they're working, but it's a kind of lonely stretch on Mokorapo Road. It's a kind of lonely stretch.
And we would have a government building, housing, the government equipment, assets, and not have a proper security for it. I find that astonishing.
The cemetery is supposed to have security, its own camera system, but I don't know if they do. I don't think they do.
Wow.
All right. I'll call the police later, the city police later, and find out if they get any leads on it.
Yeah.
All right, so that's today's Express.
All right, so let's see what's in the Guardian for today. Safest carnival in 20 years. The minister says based on reported crime, national security apparatus stood up to major tests. I must say, I watched that part of the postcard yesterday, and oh my, it's hard to watch these things, Benjamin says 137 million carnival budget well spent. Elon Francis, thankful for support, says probe into all right. Where did it disappear to this phone? All right. Right. He said probe into mic drop will help with transparency. Government apologizes to Helen for audio drop, but minister says no probe necessary. Sturge confirms U.S. raiders still active in Tobago. Mom on presence of soldier, and Marshall defends record road march title drive amid criticism. I am not a rule breaker. And this one is interesting one there. Tobago band leaders angry at poor carnival. Say 2026 was worst ever experience. Blame THA executive. And now Tobago does really have me confused, because I thought Tobago is not supposed to have no carnival. Tobago carnival is on the road. When Tobago is supposed to be the rest and relax spot, as far as I understand from here on in, or from a few years ago. Why it is that we still talking things with carnival for Tobago, and we have Tobago carnival in October or whatever is the case.
Yeah, and which apparently is large, is very successful down in October.
It is.
I don't know why.
So what? Tobago want 2 carnival? That's basically what they want.
Well,
And I always saw that as a major problem. Because it has never been clearly defined. We're not having no carnival. And you see, when you leave those gray areas, this is where. So you have some stakeholders not involved, but you have a next set of people who say, "Boy, we want to be in the carnival. We want to come out on the road. Come on, make up all their mind what they want."
I agree, because we always have a central government pandering to whatever Tobago gets. That's what we end up having, So when the carnival came up under the last administration, they gave them their own carnival and still have them as part of the main carnival. That makes no sense.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
If Tobago's carnival has shifted, these people who like carnival in Tobago, they wait until October.
Yeah. Yep.
And that is one of the reasons why I had a problem when Pan Trinbago decided to carry the Pan to Tobago for a carnival, I said, but why they doing that? They have no carnival in Tobago.
Yeah. Well, we know why.
Well, we know because of the whoever is in charge, you understand? But come on, we'll carry them down in October.
Yeah.
Do not use the resources of wherever it is to be doing that.
Yeah.
Only carnival is October, relax until October.
That has to be a discussion that has to be held seriously, whether Tobago should continue to have a carnival during the Trinidad Carnival and also have a carnival in October. That has to be a serious discussion, and a decision has to be taken on it. We'll poll that someday. We'll get somebody from Tobago to talk and poll that one day. We can't continue like this, and then they complaining after.
Yeah, man.
Because they're getting more money than let's say the Sangre Grande region, which had a huge Juve and thing. More people in Grande than the whole of Tobago. Yeah. And Grande probably ain't get much money. Tobago getting plenty.
Because you don't have no carnival, but now you still have to be putting a whole lot of resource into Tobago. You gotta probably look for security and the 1 or 2 persons who want to still come out on the road for Juve and have after parties. Come on, man. Make up all their mind all they want, man.
Guys, I'm back. I want to disagree with both of you all. I want to disagree with both of you all. I think that Tobago is fine having 2 carnivals because the second carnival is more of how I see it is more of a festival, tourist-oriented thing to boost tourism at that point in the year. The carnival that is regular in accordance with Trinidad is a 100-year-old festival that the people have been involved in, just like Trinidadians, as part of our own culture. The carnival in October, even though it includes Trinidadians and a lot of Trinidadians, is more of a festival and tourist point to generate tourist activity at that point of the year. So I have no issue with 2 carnivals.
Well, yes, Richard, but we could build one, and I agree with you with that was the whole purpose behind make it coming up with that thing in October, right? We could build up to the strength that there's no need, because they keep complaining about the carnival in February. This is not the first time they've complained about how poor it's been and whatnot.
That's sort of their own stuff, but the significance of carnival before Ash Wednesday and what it is emblematic of in terms of Trinidad and Tobago's history is being minimized by you and Sir Charles. Purely on a basis of all having it on October, or all they want it in February for, which is kind of, y'all are minimizing it in a kind of sentence. All they get it in October, all they want it in February for, and it is more complex a discussion than that.
All right, and that's why I said we will have the discussion, but I don't think that we are minimizing it. We are facing certain realities that a lot of money is going down the drain to fund the Tobago Carnival. That is clearly going Tobago Carnival in February, when we have that is clearly going nowhere. Let people go. Let Tobago be the relaxation place for people. You could build that as a product too.
It is still that. It is still that, even though it has its own carnival. Even though it has its own carnival celebrations anyway in the regular carnival period. But I'm just saying that's a historical thing that you all are just saying do away with that because all getting away with it in October.
Yeah, but
I'm not so sure it can be that glibly done.
Well, but it's not who we use.
It's both only saying that, only just talk that on national radio.
But it's not, we
I was listening, both only just gab all the lips and say that.
Let him carry on.
Yeah,
carry on.
I ain't carrying on. I'm just saying, both only just say that.
Yeah, but we did not make the decision for them to carry it.
No, they said it, and I'm just saying I'm disagreeing with what you all said. That's all I'm doing.
And that's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Right? But
you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna poll that today. Should Tobago have its carnival only in October? We're gonna poll that today. That's gonna be our poll today.
Yeah, I think we could pull that now.
Yeah. You want bacchanal? Let me go.
Oh, you're trying to get people to side with all your other little points.
Okay, somebody to side with it.
That is, hey, I know the creatures I deal with on the radio station, you know. I know I deal with.
Sir Charles, that is reverse psychology. He's working on the voters right now.
He making it look like it's weather and Sir Charles tell them put the carnival in October.
They were very adamant, yes, what they want to for, do away with that one. And I am just putting a little context to it, and I'm saying it's a little bit more complex than that.
Yeah, okay.
We will poll that today, people. Should Tobago have carnival alone in October? And that's our poll today. I tell it only from up front. Right? Well, when you'll get a chance to vote on it, right?
Yeah.
Should they have one carnival in October alone? That's our poll today. Right?
All right. So let's do our Did You Know, and we will be back.
Did you know that the Road March title in Trinidad and Tobago is one of the most prestigious prizes in Carnival, and its history goes back more than a century? For generations, the Road March has captured the sound of the streets during Carnival Monday and Tuesday. But it didn't start with radio charts or downloads. It started on the road. In the early 1900s, as steel bands and masquerade bands paraded through Port of Spain, the winning song was determined by one simple measure: which tune was played most often as bands crossed official judging points along the parade route. There were no online votes, no digital tracking. Judges listened as each band passed the stage, and whichever song was played the most became the Road March winner. As calypso grew in popularity in the mid-20th century, the competition became fierce. The title was not just about a good song, it was about dominance on the road. One of the most influential figures in Road March history was Lord Kitchener, whose music dominated the steel band era, earning multiple Road March titles in the 1930s through the 1970s. In more recent decades, Machel Montano has become one of the most successful Road March winners, holding the record for the most titles in Trinidad and Tobago. Through calypso, soca, and steel pan, the Road March has evolved, but its core remains the same. It represents the rhythm that truly moves the people. Even today, the Road March is decided by what is actually played most often as bands cross the stage during Carnival. It is not just about popularity. It is not just about hype. It is about what the masqueraders choose to dance to, what fills the streets, what becomes the soundtrack of that year's Carnival. So when the results are announced and a song is crowned Road March champion, remember, it represents more than a hit. It represents history, culture, and the heartbeat of Trinidad and Tobago. If you didn't know, now you know. And now you know. For more, tune in to New Era TT Radio.
Now you know.
Yeah.
You know, I listened to the Road March champion yesterday, in part of the press conference, and he made a statement when he said, "We have," and I'm kind of paraphrasing, you know, we were purpose driven. We had goals to achieve within this carnival, and we went out and we were doing everything to make sure that we got through with the stars at hand to create history, to be the greatest of all time. So he said, while some people want to be home sleeping, he outside there working to make sure that he bring this title home.
He ain't lying. He went every fete. He show up every possible place in schools, all kind of thing. He had a purpose. It's clear Marshall Montano had a purpose this year. You understand? And he went out and achieved it. So that's why he could say now he is not going to be entering the Road March competition unless his producers and songwriters give him an easy song. That's what he said. Because he said this one was hard. He said Anchor was a hard song to perform. You know?
Yeah. And I mean, I suppose it's a classic example of going after what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a good lesson there in that be very hyper-focused on what you want to achieve and achieve it. Yeah. And that's the lesson that Marshall gives to a lot of people in terms of how hyper-focused he becomes in what he wants to achieve. He gets criticized for that, which is to me silly, but that's what it is. He's hyper-focused and he knows what he has to do to achieve what he wants to achieve.
Yeah, and he said he went on 7 trucks. I think I stand correctly with the numbers, and only 3 of them qualified as being judged at the point in time. But he said he have his friends in Tribe, and he saw someone that he played. He grew up with Panasonic Express. Anybody who remember Panasonic Express? That was the original band from Siparia. With him and, believe it or not, Peter C. Lewis, I think, was the original Bread Boys. They were Bread Boys also too at one time. Peter C. Lewis, I think, was part of that band growing up. You understand? But yeah, he has Marshall is as focused as you could get. You understand?
And I like how Richard said that laser focus. You know, when you're going out, and it reminds me of, you know, like you're watching 100 meters, and somebody running real good, and they're reaching out to the tape, and they tell themselves, I win the race, and they just start to relax.
Yeah, relax. Yes.
And just on the tape, Jerome or somebody just come through. Because they were working right through.
Yep.
Yeah. Work on the thing, man, right through.
So he has broken the record. I mean, we could say it was joint collaborations. He didn't write everything. We could say all of that, but at the end of the day, guess what? That record gonna stand for a long time.
A real long time, you know.
A long time.
Yeah, boy.
There's a game like that I did that was in one of those harvest ones, you know, and what it was is that it was like a water gun, and everybody's running a race, right? So you have 5 people competing, and you're hitting a mark with the water gun, and when you hit the mark, it's like a little circle. The responding piece on the board is moving with how long you keep that mark depressed. And the controller of the game is telling people, is giving you a hint, keep focused on the circle and the water, because that's what wins the game, right? And I remember playing that game as a child, but I listened to instructions. So they say keep focused on that. I kept focused. But you know what was the mistake people do? People are always looking to see where somebody else reached in the race. So when you take your eye off and you look to see where somebody else reached in the race in comparison to you, your eye comes off the circle. And it thereby slows you down because you miss it's so precise that you have to keep the gun in a particular way that's spurting the water, that if it is, you take your eye off to see where anybody else is, you waver and it slows you down.
Yeah.
I was to win that race 3-4 times in a row because everybody was always looking to see where everybody else was, and I wasn't interested in that at all. I was concentrating on what they said to do. Put it on that circle and keep focus on that circle. And that kind of is a lesson in life, that when you're busy looking at other people and what other people doing and stuff, it slows you down. If you're not focused on what you want to achieve.
Good lesson, Richard. Good lesson.
Yeah.
Good lesson. So we can open the lines, people. We could take some calls, and of course, you know what our poll will be. Should Tobago have only one carnival in October? That is our poll. I know people have already started to vote on it, and there's a discussion on it also, right? But we could open the lines now, 281-1315 and 299-5156. Call in and speak to us. It's Carnival. It's Ash Friday, sorry.
Ash Friday,
not
man.
Carnival anymore. Ash Friday. Right? So our lines are open. All right. Interesting discussions on the chat so far. From Kim Govaya, morning Kim Govaya, Lester Cradwell, Carlisle Cupid, Joanne Carrington, Apollina's good morning, Dave Gosine, Cheryl Henry also says good morning. 2 carnivals in a little island, Tobago is wasting money. If Fali wants to have 2 carnivals, let him fund one. Lord, it's time to get a divorce from Tobago.
Oh Lord.
I will never agree with that.
That's all right. You'll probably
getting divorced from Tobago.
Oh, you mean the secession talk?
Yeah.
No, I am. Well, I really don't care, no?
I do care.
Hey, I'm doing lines this morning. How do we set the lines on?
Miss Sampson must be trying to call Mr. Patrick, Lincoln, Mr.
Something
Grant.
going on with the phone on. Look where the back and reset the phone there for you guys, Baker.
So do you think that Tobago should only have one carnival? Is that the poll? Is that how it's phrased?
That is the poll. One carnival in Tobago in October. Yes.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. So no, what's your opinion? Do you think there should only be one carnival in October in Tobago? That's our poll this morning. What says you?
All right. Caller, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Mr. Billy, good morning.
Yeah, morning. Nice. Well done. Nice show. Very interactive, very informative. I have some concerns, and I want to this morning. I voted for this government, and I still feel this government will do a good job. But I want to call out the Homeland Security Minister, Minister of Justice, and the other minister in the ministry. And I was just saying to myself that we still falling short with respect to the fight against crime. That murder that took place in Cuba, where these children was playing on a plane, like a park or something like that, and this gunman with the AR-15 just show up and start to blast people around things. This didn't look like we live in Trinidad when I saw that a video was sent to me. And yesterday again, somewhere along by some East Port of Spain, a next gunman show up again and just open up and kill one and injure. And and it happened somewhere, some road, some man they kill again and walk in the road with his wife. I am calling out this government this morning and do more for crime. You all came into government on the premise of you all will do something tangible about reducing these heartless monster criminals who continue to destroy this country image. And I'm saying with respect to technology and how when a second thing could land up in Australia all over the world. The people are seeing these things. These gunmen must be going after the police. You all have to step up on the game. We could do what we want to do. We could GDP could be high. We could do all kind of economic things. If we're not saving the lives of our citizens, we will come to naught. I said it when PNM was in government, right? If they're not living, everything else will come second, third, and fourth. If you're dead, you can't achieve nothing, you can't get nothing. And I'm saying they have to deal with this crime. They must deal with this crime. Somebody say I'm playing in a play back, a gunman just show up and with a bullet killing two people in front of children. What kind of society we have? So I will not be sit down because I support the government and say that no, it will go ahead and I don't say nothing. I will speak out on it. Homeland Security, get all the act together. Deal with this crime thing. It really bothers me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. B. And you know what's crazy about the first story, the Cuba story? They released an image of a young man who they said is the suspect. They all over the place. That went viral. You know, they showed you a video and he came out after and said he was somewhere completely different and it's not him. I don't know if you all saw that part of the story because it might have got caught up in all the carnival activities. That they released an image of a young man and had nothing to do with him. I don't know if you all saw that.
But who released it on social media?
Whoever, but it went viral that the suspect in the Cuba murder has been caught.
Well, to me, because there was video, and I assume and there's a big assumption, I assume there's technology to have cleared up that video to see exactly who that person was and zoom up and calibrate exactly what that person looked like.
Yeah.
And there should have been follow-up because that particular murder, I mean, all murders are horrible, but that particular murder hit a chord with the country because of the children and was a mother trying to save her child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it struck a chord. And so you would expect the police to be and that's why I'm saying so don't matter and all them thing, because you're supposed to be able to use that technology, in my opinion. I don't know if it exists or not, and track who that person is and have press conferences, keeping us in the loop about how far this case has reached. Because it's only when you start solving cases that criminals will say, oh, I might be caught. But if you're not solving it, or it's vague whether you solve it or not, then you're just repeating the same thing for years and years and years. Mm-hmm. And so any attempt at Zoso or saying you want a state of emergency is just wasting people's time. You just want to give the police powers to be incompetent.
Yep.
Yeah. Hold 1 minute, guys. Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning. I'm calling from Arima.
Good morning, Arima.
Okay, there's two things I want to touch on. Carnival, the date for Carnival was set since last year, I think, as the 16th and 17th of February. Somehow, according to the Togo president, on the 26th of January, the rules were changed concerning the road match. Mm-hmm. Right? I am asking, was there any consultation? Was that published? It's just to me just a bit strange that on the 26th of January, the rules will just suddenly change.
Yeah. It's dishonest. That's what it is.
That sounds so strange to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nothing wrong with changing the rules, eh? What I'm saying, the 26th of January.
And nobody knew.
And, well, it was only yesterday I know about that.
Yeah.
Anyhow, the next point I want to get on is the
and you are a member of Tuko also, caller?
No.
Okay. Go ahead.
The next thing I want to touch on is the stand your ground legislation. One set of hoopla was made about this legislation, and as far as I'm concerned, people homes are still being invaded. How is that legislation helping anybody at the end of the day?
Well, it can't help you if you don't have a gun.
If somebody could explain that to me. What I'm saying, we made all kind of hoopla about legislation, and this one is supporting that, and this one, and people home still getting invaded.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes.
I guess the 2 points I wanted to stress on. The change at it, which I find is strange. I don't know, probably will never get an answer for it. You take care. Good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Very strange that they would have changed a rule that allowed people to jump from truck to truck and only one person took advantage of it. It's very strange.
Well, others knew about it, but they did not.
Well, we don't know if they knew about it.
Well, remember, Voice was in the party saying that he was not going
to be jumping from truck to truck. Yeah,
he probably would have known too. That is very coincidental.
Maybe when you registered for the road march, they tell you as you hand in your receipt, hey, you can jump from truck to truck this year, right? Maybe that's when they tell you. Yeah, you understand? But because there are about 20-something people register for road march, not so? So as you pay your 500 and they hand you the receipt, say, hey, you're allowed to jump from truck to truck this year. Maybe that's when they did it.
I don't know, but I wonder, as an organization, how do they, and that's what I was asking the guy if he was from TUCO, where the rules and constitution and all those things are for the competition. If there's a process for that to happen in consultation with the members, or if the executive can just change the rules of the game.
Yeah, between the statement made by the president concerning political commentary at Calypso Fiesta, the fact that people were left out of Calypso Fiesta, the fact that people were left out of the finals, the fact that when the finals came, the defending champion was sabotaged. Yes, I'm using that word sabotage. You understand? And now to hear that for road march, that you could have jumped from truck to truck and that rule was only changed this year, TUCO have a decision to make on the president when the time comes. That's all I will say.
Well, there should be a watch group, an oversight committee somewhere that should be getting together. Probably have a press conference. Well, Luther and all of these other individuals and they call a press conference and let's talk about it.
And just to finish my last comment before we go for the news, the police are focused on one thing for Carnival, one thing and one thing alone. Having a press conference after to say that it was the safest Carnival they had. That's all they're focused on. So people can get stabbed up, a youth man gets stabbed up in St. James, all in kind of incident, two people get shot on the avenue. They have had no press conference on that. But they focus on one thing. At the end of Carnival, say it was the safest Carnival under my watch. That's all they focus on doing.
Should we go for the news? So the poll is, Wendell?
Should Tobago have only one Carnival in October? That's our poll, all right?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
First. We're coming back.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV for Friday, the 20th of February. I'm Derek McMillan. So glad that you can join us. The Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association has welcomed Trinidad and Tobago's removal from the European Union's tax blacklist, describing it as a positive step for trade and investment. In a statement, the TTMA said it monitored the issue closely due to its impact on national taxation and commended government for completing the process to meet international standards on transparency and governance. The association said the delisting improves market access for exporters to the EU, removes defensive tax measures, strengthens investor confidence, and enhances bilateral economic relations. It also noted potential for expanded trade, stronger partnerships with EU member states, and improved access to international financial markets. The TTMA said it expects tangible outcomes and will continue promoting Trinidad and Tobago as a destination for trade, investment, and commerce. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles is calling on Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar to withdraw what she described as serious and unsubstantiated allegations against the People's National Movement. In a statement, Beckles said the Prime Minister accused the PNM of mafia-style financing and pedophilia without providing evidence, and claimed similar allegations were made in 2022 and 2023 involving a supposed pedophile ring and human trafficking. Beckles argued that claims of organized crime, sexual exploitation, or financial wrongdoing must be supported by evidence and referred to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service for investigation, not aired on political platforms. She said repeated allegations undermine national institutions and called on the Prime Minister to retract the statements and apologize, adding that failure to do so should result in her resignation. In crime news, police are investigating a break-in at the Woodbrook Cemetery on Mukurapo Road, where thieves forced their way into the office and storage room between Sunday and Wednesday morning. Among the items stolen were weed whackers, mist blowers, a chainsaw, microwaves, gas tanks, a washing machine, a Lenovo computer, and $300 in cash. The items belong to the Port of Spain Corporation. The total value is still being assessed. In the Tunapuna district, police have recovered a missing 14-year-old girl at a La Horquetta home. She had separated from her guardian during carnival activities. A report of sexual assault has since been made. And in Pinau, 25-year-old Collis Meade was shot and killed in what police believe was a gang-related attack along SS Aaron Road. Investigators recovered 8 spent 9mm shell casings as inquiries continue. In regional news, an unconfirmed number of fishermen from St. Lucia are feared dead following recent U.S. military strikes in Caribbean waters. Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre confirmed that lives were lost, but said his government has received no official notification on the circumstances. Reports indicate bird fishing vessels were found near Canouan and Becklea after U.S. strikes on February 13 and 16. United States Southern Command said the operations targeted suspected drug trafficking vessels as part of an ongoing anti-narcotics campaign that has resulted in more than 130 deaths since last year. Relatives have identified at least 2 missing fishermen believed to have left Savins Bay on February 11th and never returned. The St. Lucian government says it is pursuing diplomatic channels to verify the facts. In international news, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has been released under investigation after being arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Thames Valley Police confirmed that a man in his 60s was taken into custody and properties in Berkshire and Norfolk were searched. The BBC understands the arrest relates to activity during his time as a UK trade envoy and follows the release of US Justice Department documents connected to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Mountbatten Windsor has previously denied wrongdoing and has not commented on the latest developments. His brother, King Charles III, said the law must take its course and pledged full cooperation. U.S. President Donald Trump described the situation as very sad, while American lawmakers say the matter is being closely watched in Washington. And that is news at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Vibes, fresh energy. This is the Net Radio Breakfast Show.
I feel for woman and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a woman and a woman and a woman and a woman. I can't behave myself. All when I jump in with the friends, I can't behave myself. Soon as the music is there, I can't behave myself. Go on the back and not the end, I can't behave myself. Soon as the music is there, if soca get your life, soca get your vibe. If carnival is on, then you're not alone. If soca get your life, soca get your vibe. If carnival is on, well, you're not alone. While one thing uncertain, I outside and jamming. Deal with them brutal, I go deal with them brutal. All that talk the talking, them can't tell me nothing. I go deal with them, never deal with them, never deal with them. I come to defend the things stand for one voice. I know my ancestors go support my choice, but I sure this music is more than noise. I can't behave myself. All when I jump in with my friends, I can't behave myself. Soon as the music hit there, I can't behave myself. Go on the back and not the end, I can't behave myself. Soon as the music hit there, if soca can you like, soca can you vibe, if carnival is on, then you not alone. If soca can you like, soca can you vibe, if carnival is on, well, you not alone.
Mornings just got better. You're locked into Net Radio Breakfast Show. Fueling your day with the best music and real talk.
Well, whatever you're feeling for on this Ash Friday as we go into the Ash weekend. Whatever you do, make sure you behave yourself, alright? And yeah, good morning to you once again. Welcome if you're just joining us for the very first time for the morning. You missed plenty already, you know. Oh Lord, they get on bad inside of the first hour. But guess what? There's still plenty more to happen before we get out of here. Good morning to the Anthem crew. Also came in very early. And of course, we are here on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio, the heartbeat of the Caribbean. Let me say good morning to the folks on Gael Caribbean TV. Okay, Errol, good morning. Anyhow, so when we come off of the Gael stream, don't forget that's somewhere around 8:30 this morning. As we go into the weekend, you can listen to us on newerattradio.com. That's newerattradio.com. If you're on TuneIn, you can listen to us on New Era TT Radio. That way you get us on all your Google and Alexa devices, right? So for those of you on our social media pages, Facebook and YouTube this morning, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share. Yeah, you can share the live. It's very easy for you to do that. And don't forget to hit our support, donate buttons there, right? Help us keep the platform alive. So the poll is up. You're voting yes or no. Do you think that Tobago should just settle with the one carnival in October? When we come back, we'll tell you how we voted.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
End times is here. Are you prepared? Check us on New Era TT Radio or Net Radio with Brother Raka and Brother Yatazakawa on Mondays from 7 to 8 p.m. End times is here. Stay tuned.
Save more now at Furniture Plus. Get a pair of pillows for only $49, queen mattresses from $7.99, free gifts with select purchases, plus extra discounts on higher purchase plans. Hurry, visit any Furniture Plus showroom today.
Join me, Brother David Muhammad, every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio, powerful Radio. Join me to hear knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
From the producers of You Don't Leave Out to Watch Corn, now comes the first play of 2026, Scandal in Cedrus. What can possibly be going on in Cedrus? Scandal in Cedrus premieres at the Central Bank Auditorium for 2 nights only on Saturday the 28th of February at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 1st of March at 6:30 p.m. Tickets are out now at all usual outlets and at the Central Bank Auditorium from the week of Monday the 23rd of February. Scandal in Cedrus. You are ready for this
Scandal
one?
in Cedrus, boy, the place gone mad.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Scandal on Bacchanal is coming up. Only get ready.
Yep, part umpteen or something.
The saga continues.
I'm trying to go back to all when the first person voted, because I know we had votes pretty early on this.
Yes, Scandal in Cedrus is on next week, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, the 28th of February at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday, the 1st of March at 6:30 p.m. Tickets available now at K-Squared Fashions, Eastgate, West Mall, Brentwood Mall in Chagonas, Jabili Rawi in Tunapuna, next door to Hussein's Roti Shop, Electronics in Arima, Antoni's Florals in Valpark Shopping Plaza and Shafley Auto Services in Shafley. You can also purchase tickets online, RSRR Productions Theatre. You can search for that, RS/RR Productions Theatre on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and you can get the methodology and how you purchase tickets online. For the show, tickets are already selling, I can tell you that. It's the first play of 2026. Theatre is now going to be open for next week, so you should not miss it.
Mm-hmm. Of course, after the poll, we are going to show you another video. We're going to attempt to show you another video that was trending yesterday of a school child being knocked down on a crosswalk in Diego Martin. Because there's so many things wrong with that situation. So many things to discuss. The maxi, where the maxi stopped, where the speed of the person passing through a school zone. So many things to discuss. But one of the things that stood out to me, and I keep raising it, I've raised this with someone who works at the Ministry of Work. He listened to the show about where maxis continue to stop and get away with it. They stop on crosswalks and they stop before crosswalks, where nobody could see if somebody's crossing on that crosswalk. And that happened yesterday in the full glare of the public, was captured on camera, and a child was knocked down by a car. And I don't know when the authorities is going to do something finally about that to put a stop to it. Every day on the bus route, you see it. This was the Monday bus route. They stop on the crosswalk or they stop before the crosswalk. So the passing vehicle cannot see if someone is crossing. You understand? I don't know when we're going to do something about it. I'm fed up complain about it. But we're going to try to show you that video after. But let's do the poll, right? You ready, Sir Charles?
Yeah, we are. Let's go.
I'm assuming Joanne Carrington would have been the first person who said at 6:43, I agree with Richard. So which means she agreed that they need 2 carnivals. So should Tobago have 1? She is saying no, right? Kim Govaya said yes. Apollonius, yes. Dave Gosine, yes. Cheryl Henry, I'm assuming your vote is yes. When you said 2 carnivals in a little island is wasting money. Lester Cragwell also said yes, earlier o'clock. Let me go down now to some votes that came later on. Trinidad Margot said no. Gregory Boyer said yes. David McCarthy, yes. Ava Smith, no. Ingrid from Tucson says yes. Gillian Dick, no. Sankofa, not voting. Diane, yes. Michael Robinson back in Yokohama, Japan, yes. Avion Abraham, yes. Beauty Culture, yes. Alistair Hart didn't vote here. But Cheryl Henry, I got your vote as yes, right? Who else? Kenwin Henry says yes. Suzanne Jessup says yes. Another discussion here. Lester Cragwell correct his vote. He changes his vote and he said no. So apparently he changed his vote to no, right? Howard Hernandez says he supports 2 celebrations, so that's no. Margarita Chow, yes, only 1. Miguel Gonzalez, yes. Annalie Johnson, no. Nicola McNichols, yes. Yes, Colted Finch, that's what we want to do. Find out if other Calypsonians knew. And when did the rule change back from? Because it, you know, when was it originally put there? You can't jump from truck to truck. Kelcha Cambridge says no. Ron DeSantis, no. Bridget Buchanan, yes. Ambrose didn't vote here. Brent Hackshaw didn't vote here. Oh no, he votes now. No. Finbar Collins, no. The main reason why I don't support Tobago's new carnival is because it's taken away the history and significance of carnival. At least Tobago should not have the parties and the big events, but they should keep the following historical meaning. So he is saying no.
Yes.
But he's saying no. I don't.
Yeah. If he believes that they should just keep the historical value of it, well then that means yes.
Should have it only in February.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Finbar, you confused me there. Brennan Smith says yes, 1 and 1 only. Eunice Dublin, yes. Michael Oliver, yes. Sankofa says yes. Carla Hercules, yes. Joseph Clement, yes. Colted Finch, yes. Ian Stewart, no. Kim Govaya, we got your vote already. Was Margaret Thomas, yes. Deborah Noel Serret, yes. Alistair Hart, yes. Carol Guevara, yes. Robert Allen, yes. And Gemma Peters Halls, yes. Those are the votes I have on the chat, Sir Charles.
All right, so let's swing across the WhatsApp. I have Pauline saying yes. I have Joanne, what you already said here. Okay, well, when they have a vote already. Okay, I don't understand that. Okay. Dre is saying yes. Sean is saying yes. Frank is saying no. Judith and Tobago is saying no. And I said I have on the WhatsApp.
And one more. Trini Merle Kitchen says yes. So the poll, should Tobago have only 1 carnival in October? What are the results, Sir Charles?
Right. So we had 48 people on the vote, and 35 of them said yes, and 13 persons said no.
All right, there you have it, people. 35 people agreed with Sir Charles and Wendell, and 13 people agreed with Richard. That's
noise maker.
Well, at least we know we have, but at least we know we have at least 13 sensible people in the show. So.
you know what? Every time I
he's saying, you know, he's saying we have 35 chopping people, Sir Charles. I know he's saying we have 35 chopping people. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
That's what you really saying, you know. We have 35 chopping people.
I'm not worried that he have 37 because he put in you and I in between there. I think that is where he wants more or less say.
Yeah, what you hear on for yourself, Richard said 25 all you chipping.
I never said that. I said at least there are 13 sensible people in the chat. That's all I said.
The implication is clear.
Oh Lord. Yeah. All right, okay.
So
and anybody else who's sending your vote now, your vote does not count to be the. Richard just not in a position to crumple any paper these days. But
boy, he would have get vexed today, you know. He would have well crumple up that paper.
But Jeffrey had real work to do.
He'd have pelted at them 35 people.
He might have pelted behind Jeffrey.
Oh Lord. But they're gonna get hit in the back of your head today.
Yeah. But before we get back to your calls, because yes, remember today is Friday also, right? Friday only get talk. So let's play that video for you. We comment on it, and then we'll get back to all the other things that you all are talking about. Right? So this is what we saw. It's a short video.
You gotta go back a bit. Yeah, you started too late. Oh gosh, it still start too late.
No, that's where I have it. I don't have it longer than that.
You don't have it when the person was actually coming in from the car?
Well,
Try it again. Because you got a little more of it this time around. Right, that's it. Watch that video, people. Watch it where that maxi taxi is. That right there is the biggest problem in that video. The child do everything they're supposed to do, correct? Walk on the crosswalk, right? That maxi is the problem. I mean, the car is also the problem, that going past a crosswalk like that without really slowing down necessarily, right? But that maxi, that's where the problem started. Because we don't have laws about school zones here, slowing down in school zones. We don't have those laws. Because in America, trust me, you'll get a ticket for it if you go past 5 miles per hour in a school zone. Especially when school's out. But look at that crazy video. Look at that.
Yeah.
That problem is more prevalent than you think it is.
You know what? There was not too long ago what is the unit that Mr. Batson is beheading? The traffic.
Yeah, that
department of the police. They have a video that they have put out with all of those things together with license office and stuff, showing you where you should park and thing, and how when you're approaching crosswalks, how many meters after the crosswalk you should park, so that yes. And all these things are known, but for some reason, boy, drivers just don't do the right thing.
Maxis especially are guilty. I'm sorry, all of them on the East-West corridor. They are especially guilty of doing it because they stop where the people are. No train, the culture has to change.
Yeah.
Go past the crosswalk and stop a few feet away. The person will come to the maxi.
They come to the maxi, yeah, and train them not to stand up on the corner like McCoy and Kirap, and all that other stuff. It's certain places they see that all the time,
You can imagine. I mean, the driver didn't deliberately knock down the child, right? Because the driver couldn't see around the maxi. But at the same time, I don't know how fast the driver was going. All of that too. Drivers need to train themselves. And you have to be so aware that when you see a maxi stop there, just assume somebody crossed.
Somebody crossing. Yeah.
Just assume that somebody's going to be crossing. And slow right down. Oh, goodness. That's a sad video. That child traumatized for life now. Crossing a road and doing the correct thing because the child is on the crosswalk. So for doing the correct thing, you are now injured. You are now traumatized for life. Oh, God.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder, I don't know how do other societies get these things in check and keep them in check, and Trinidad and Tobago just lawless in every form and fashion.
Because we don't implement laws, Sir Charles. We make laws and we don't implement them.
We just rest them down there.
Yeah. Because police are passing every day on that bus. You trust me. And seeing Maxis doing this and don't stop and tell them nothing. The average police officer ain't stopping to tell the Maxi nothing. Because they do it consistently and get away with it.
Yeah, and the Maxi Taxi Association of themselves, so they are not even trying to self-regulate. Now, when things happen and they come down on them and people start to get heavy fines and then you hear everybody saying it's unjust and unfair. But if you're not even self-regulating yourself, the infringements that you are seeing taking place, how could we get it right?
So Charles, long time ago, we've been interviewing Maxi Taxis Associations on the previous show. And we have always raised that particular issue of where those Maxis are stopping. We have always raised it. And maybe it's time for the Ministry of Works or Transport to put up signs. Do not stop here. This is your stop. And put designated stops so that they can stop there. We discussed that last time, not so? Designated stops for Maxis, not so? You remember that? Because of the robbery situation that happened?
Yeah, and the thing about it is that, and people once the people will follow, because look like people who use the bus, they know where to go for the bus.
Yeah,
they know then they can't stand up at the corner and flag down the bus. The bus is not stopping there. You have to walk down a few meters inside where the bus shed is and wait for the bus down there. So why is it that the Maxi taxis can't self-regulate themselves? And nobody's trying to get it done, Because you know what? When one driver decides, I go in and do it right, some other driver go in and pull up right behind him and take passengers. If you want to see lawlessness in Maxi taxis, go and Remo also and see when the police not outside. Once the police there, all the Maxi taxis know what to do. They know where to pass and all kind of thing. Once the police not there, nobody ain't going to understand. Everybody pulling up on the outside, full in, taking this one.
And somebody said, man,
a lawless culture.
They said in Trinidad and Tobago, pedestrians have specific responsibilities when using a crosswalk to ensure their safety and comply with traffic regulations. While the law mandates that drivers yield to pedestrians on a crossing, pedestrians are required to act with caution, follow safety procedures, and not recklessly. I agree with that too, But at the same time, there's a child, right? In this case, if this video doesn't change that culture of where Maxis stop, how drivers approach crosswalks, how pedestrians use crosswalks, I don't know what else will.
Everybody in this country like to be ignorant to what is right, I mean, all of these things, sometimes you see infractions and things taking place on the road. So all these people didn't do regulations and stuff when they get a license and stuff. All those things are not in the regulation book. That's the way you should do, where you should park, when you should overtake, how much feet you should be from a corner. You have to sit down and drill down that regulation book for weeks before you go for that test, Wendell. Because if you have to pass the higher percentage of it, you can't fail like 50%. So you have to try and get at least 90-something% of those questions right before you even move forward.
Let me tell you something, I mean, in Europe, for those of you all who've been to Europe, let's limit it to London alone. London, right? Certain parts of London. There is a sign for every single thing. If you are, as a pedestrian, go to a crosswalk, to a cross, you look down on the ground, painted on the ground for you to see, is look left. It's on the ground. So even if you're absolutely stupid, and you don't know
they're not leaving it a chance,
as
the caller was just, the texter was just talking about. So they're not leaving it for the pedestrian a chance, because you know what, you will have somebody who not paying attention. You will have some child who may not be aware, and they're trying to protect these individuals. That is what a progressive society does.
They put barriers to prevent you from crossing at any all over the place. So they direct you to one space in that area for you to cross. That's how it is. And as I say, on the ground, it's painted. Look left or look right. It's painted on the ground.
Yeah, it's something else. All right, but people, let's take your calls then.
Yeah, we'll take your calls now.
Yeah, give us a call. 281-131-529-9156. I saw some of you were calling. You can get in on the show. Let's hear what you have to say this morning. It's a Friday, and we want to chat with you guys. Good morning to your caller.
A blessed good morning to you, Sir Charles, Richard, and Wendell.
Morning,
Great
Susan.
program as usual. For me, I said to be cool, Tobago should just have one carnival, which is in October, because remember before they used to have carnival from Monday and Tuesday, and I don't know, like it just died down since they introduced carnival in October, which is a better market for them. Remember, around that time is more winter season outside, so they could pull in that crowd from outside to come in, because usually when is that cold winter season, people do fly out, so they could market themselves properly. Monday and Tuesday, what they could do, they could market themselves as being the island, as they done Ash Wednesday, come across, and this is where the boat's supposed to be running full 100, the airplane's supposed to be running full 100, and they could do package deal with that.
Yeah.
They need to package it, that I see like how Marshall package himself, if you have from chalk to chalk, and they change the rule all of a sudden. I didn't know the rules changed until they did mention it. It's like, okay, because I know for me, Kitchener, when Kitchener win all his road match, it didn't have no hopping from chalk to chalk. It has actually wanted to hear the song and play it fair and square.
That it didn't have no chalk then.
But all that too, but at the same time, if you understand where I'm coming from,
we know.
Music playing, plus it had the pan on the road was playing the music and stuff. That is one. Two, for the part with the person getting knocked down, it's so sad to see that, because once they reach crosswalk, you're supposed to slow down, right? Especially if you can't see on either side properly, slow down. You ain't say it to stop, but slow down. So if somebody do come out, you can at least smash brakes.
Expect that something could happen.
Right, and then the next thing, some years back, I remember in Kurep, I don't know if you could remember that, that's when they had the same traffic light. We didn't get the intersection, how they do it now. I had a trailer truck was coming. That time the intersection, the light wasn't working at all. On that day, a young lady went to surprise her mother. Her mother didn't know she was coming back in Trinidad. She said she's going to surprise mommy. And unfortunately, when the driver swung across from Kurep to go across the Valsin, a truck was coming forward. And the whole car smashed up. Everybody there, including the young lady, went to surprise her mother. When the mother really did get a surprise.
6 people died in that accident.
A few years back with that. And next thing to Citygate, I know I'm taking up things, but I had to bring my point across. Citygate, people need to stop when the light is not for you all to cross the road. I see people crossing that road in Citygate. One day when somebody get knocked down, they go ball is the driver, and this time it's not the driver. People will be crossing and cars coming forward. And they will take the chance to run across, fine, but still. And last and not least, the walkover that they build, which part of the young people get knocked down with the woman, they get killed with her two daughters, her two children, sorry. They build a walkover for them. They're not using the walkover, they're still crossing the road. Until when somebody get knocked down again, then they go say, well, the government, this and that and the other. But gentlemen, other than that, you all have a blessed, beautiful day today, and thank you for allowing me to have to
No problem.
So you all have a blessed one.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. Thanks very much, Suzanne. Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
First time caller, calling from Portiston, and I have to call this morning. I saw the video, and my heart goes out to the parents, first of all. But I agree with Wendell, what he was saying. Not only there's a lot of things wrong with the video, but the maxi that stopped on the line itself, by law, you're supposed to put out your hands at least to give the driver behind you the signal that someone is crossing. I'm sure the driver did not even put out his hands in the maxi and wave up and down. So the driver to the back, obviously, he cannot see because the maxi stopped. I know it might be difficult to put those amber flashing lights to every crossing, because you have the amber flashing light. That's also something that can help, not just the lines in the road. So that's one point, but they really need to do something about that because that is getting out of hand. The lawlessness with maxis, taxis, they're moving greedy on the road. I mean, if you all stop where you're supposed to stop, the people will come in through it. You don't have to run down everyone. And I would say yes to the poll. Tobago needs to stop it. They've been fighting for their own independence and whatever. Give them their own carnival in October. If you want to, then let the man probably finance the other one. You all have a good day.
All right.
Richard, go ahead.
When then you would have made a suggestion that there should be definitive maxi taxi stops or taxi stops or bus stops. Well, they already have bus stops, but like maxi taxi stops, you have to stop at a particular point. That will help, but you also need signs that tells pedestrians, reminding pedestrians, do not cross if a vehicle is impairing your view of the oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
Do not cross.
We need more signage in this place.
Yeah.
Because some pedestrians, I mean, every time I am approaching a situation like that, I automatically slow. Because you just never know if somebody's just going to start suddenly from behind the vehicle.
Yeah.
But still, drivers may not be constantly aware of that. So the onus is going to be on the pedestrian to be even more careful if you're taking that kind of chance.
But, I mean, in this case, as I say, it's a school child who assumed it was safe because the maxi stopped. You understand?
And he's on a crossing.
And on a crosswalk. They assumed it was safe. So if, as I say, if this video doesn't change something, well, then I give up. Nothing else will.
Caller, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
So, a video was shared in one of my chats that I was in. And I give my perspective from my background. And I could tell you about the situation. From Western Police Station in Diego Martin Main Road, Diego Martin proper has three secondary schools. There's the Diego Martin Central on the Wendy Fitzwilliam Boulevard. There's a crosswalk directly in front of that school on the boulevard. From the Diego Martin Main Road, from Western Police Station going north, you have a crosswalk. You have the traffic lights controlling that intersection, that T intersection, the main intersection. Crosswalk before and after the lights, right? Going north. When you reach to Church Street, there's a crosswalk there for the students. 3 schools on Church Street. The Diego Martin Boys RC, the Diego Martin Girls RC, and up to the back is Corpus Christi College for girls. So there's macro traffic on the Diego Martin. Where you have there, gentlemen, and then further up, after Covey Road, there's the Diego Martin Government Primary School, where there's a crosswalk and signage saying slow down, right? What happens is that there's a large degree of impatience. Like I tell you that because I got my daughter and a niece who go to the secondary school, right? There are people overtaking when the maxi stop, maxis overtaking you when you start turning in and out. But what used to happen back in the good old days is that they used to send out police officers, particularly by the Diego Martin Government Primary School cross. But that was the days before they had crosswalk. Now they have crosswalk and the flashing amber light that really take place. There's one particular female officer who takes her time and goes out there when she is able to and tries to control that flow. I try to explain to the person who asked my opinion and say, listen, as a driver, from the time I hit that zone, I moderate my speed, and having done defensive driving, one of the core tenets of defensive driving is scan the road ahead. I try to scan the road ahead from the time I hit all those 3 zones and so on. Now the young man, my friend pointed out to me that the driver didn't even put out his hand. Listen, I was dropping my children attended the Diego Martin Government Primary. There was a morning, I stopped at the crosswalk and extended my hand like a stop signal school traffic behind me wouldn't pass, and somebody still overtake and almost knock down a little boy and a sister going to the Diamondville Government Primary, which is the other one down in Diamondville itself. You understand? My hand was out extended. So I tell them, I say, the onus is on the driver. You are in control of a 3,000-pound vehicle. And for children, I give children even more allowance, because even though you would teach children to look left and right and so on, it's children. When they feel they're in a position of safety, like at a crosswalk, where a vehicle is stopped and across, they will go across the road.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And we give them that allowance. If there's one thing I say is that we must legislate and educate people further on pedestrian crossing etiquette. And if there's one fine to be higher than all, is for breaching that. I make no apologies. Because you are the driver, you are adult in control of a vehicle. Patience. If you know you don't want to get trapped in the traffic at school zone, well, don't drive during 7:30 and 9:30.
Fair enough. Caller, thanks much.
Yeah. No, you have to. You are in control of the, as he say, this 3,000-pound vehicle. You have more. You have a bigger responsibility than a child. Assume the worst. Assume that a child is going to cross it.
But all I will say on this is that self-driving cars can't come fast enough. Because self-driving cars would be sharing information continuously. So we would know that somebody was going to cross, or if they were going to cross, and all cars would have been alerted. So self-driving cars. Self-driving cars.
You know what?
Let me finish. Self-driving cars can't come fast enough for all the drivers. And I'm watching two right in front of me here that self-driving cars need to come fast enough.
Hello, you know what? You know how self-driving cars work? They work with proper roads, with proper lines. That's how self-driving cars work, you know. You can see a self-driving car in Trinidad.
That have the infrastructure.
Yeah, but they don't need the lines and stuff anymore, Wendell. You know, the technology has moved on,
right? We drain where the pavement jut out a little bit so, and it jut back in so, and a pot. Where you get a self-driving car to operate on this road?
Not for Trinidad and Tobago right now.
You can see a self-driving car going down Tampuna Road right now.
Yeah. Hold on one minute there, Wendell. Caller, good morning to you.
It will map it.
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, only the matter, the subject of discussion this morning. Now, I'm 51 years old, right? And there are 4 things I know, and probably over a period of time we have kind of lost that. There are 4 entities that need to be, in order for this to be successful in terms of public safety. And then you have to have the state in terms of they providing the required information, disseminating in terms of how it is that you take care of yourself while on the nation road, right, or crossing the road. You need to have the parents and them also to educate the children themselves, and you also need to have the other factors in them involved. But what I recall long term, and I don't see it anymore, because that was inbred in us when we were young, that when you are walking, you always walk facing the traffic. And let's use that as an example. And that the parents always have the child on the inside rather than facing the traffic on the outside. So that public education that needs to be revisited, and also the schools themselves need to emphasize that too, especially for the younger ones and for the elder ones having these public educations on the radio, the TV, like how they used to have this teaching about fire safety long time, but they used to have this phrase. I think it was called 990. I can't remember it, but it was teaching you those little life skills, and we need to revisit that, right? It's all well having the science, but the science in the absence of the education factor, you wouldn't be successful. You always have these things coming and occurring on a regular basis.
Okay.
And next thing I need to emphasize is that I find that we as Trinidadians, we pick up an issue and we drop it. By the time next week we move on to something else and we leave it unsolved. So this issue with the TDT and the Minister with the Maximission Support Committee asking for a little clarity and let them produce the evidence to show that they detail, because they will have records to show that there was actually what occurred as TDT claimed. Produce the evidence. But I'm listening to the cabinet press conference yesterday, And the minister is actually saying that all the persons from TDT are independent, so they don't need to provide that to the public. But as far as I know, TDT is a public institution, right?
It's a state enterprise.
And we as the public should be or call for that information for transparency.
Well, first of all, caller, you guys are correct. It's state-owned. So therefore, any media house that wants those Dante logs should do a Freedom of Information request application. Do an FYA request and say, we request all of the logs for the show and the logs particularly at this time, etc., and see what they say. And if you're really persistent and if they say no, they don't want to release it, then you can go to court and seek judicial review to be compelled by a court to do it. So once companies
identify process there for you all.
Yeah, if it's state-owned, you can make those kinds of applications to get that information. But when you have an apologist minister like Minister Morris coming and saying, oh, there's nothing to investigate, and TDT is independent, when in the history of TDT have they been independent? Since 1962, whenever TDT was born, it has never been independent, which is part of the problem of TDT. When there was only one channel, we were held hostage. So we had no choice to watch channel 2 and 13 and watch the hand come up and say, one moment, please, we're experiencing technical difficulties. Or they couldn't even put up that old card with a hand and say, one moment, please.
Yes, yes.
I don't know what happened to ministers sometimes. We all grew up here. We know that TDT has never been independent.
Yeah, but you know, Trinidad and Tobago is a place where, Richard, that unless you really press for information, you don't get it. You know, there are some people who have applied for freedom of information, information through that process, have to go to court to get the people and them to release that information. You know, because some people are not willingly giving it to you either. You know, but hold 1 minute, I'm going to take this call. Ms. Farley, good morning.
Hi, good morning. I'm not Miss Farley, I'm Arima.
But Miss Arima, you have to tell me your name is Farley. How can I call you Farley?
Oh, all right, you go.
That was for the election, so it's Miss Arima now, right?
Yes.
All right. Miss Arima, good morning to you.
Good morning, Wendell and Richard.
Good morning. You have us on speakerphone, so we're not hearing you properly, yeah?
I'm hearing it quite clearly.
Echoing out.
Yeah. Richard will tell us what you say after.
Right, go ahead.
All right. Now, what really happened, I know the judge's decision and final, right? But the CEO corner, young man, I think he should have been come a little higher than what they placed him. I didn't like that because he sounded very good and he was good, right? So I think they should look back and see what they have done. He got it wrong, and I could say, yes. I also want to say that I didn't hear some news, but the hospital was in a lockdown yesterday. Yesterday morning, I went here to go and look for my relative because we had told me night before to come by her bedtime, right? She wanted to see family. And yesterday, all of my 3 days, I pleaded with them I want to go to my relatives. Up to now, they never let me because it was on a lockdown and 20 people had to leave and go halfway. But for me, it was, I find it should be better than that. Even tell people on a lockdown and they have this patience on me. Let somebody one by one go in, but they didn't allow that yesterday. That is what I want to say. Right? The hospital is in a darkness state. I will say that.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks very much.
Richard, what did she say?
She said Richard is the best looking person in the entire show. But he was absolutely correct about what he said about Tobago. And I should not have said it's only 13 sensible people in the chat. What I should have said was there's 13 highly sensible people in the chat. So the people who were affected were not highly sensible. Thank you, Arima.
Andre say here, not good because you're right next door.
Caller, good morning to you.
Morning, gentlemen. Norfolk, Virginia, front and center. Hey, when you get a chance, could you try to decipher Ainsley King to co-president this interview? I don't know if any of you had a chance to hear it. I heard it on another frequency. They were relaying what he said about the whole fiasco stuff, and he used that term. He said there's a silent rule. Silent rule. No, maybe, yeah, I've heard it term on unwritten message, or I don't know what he was trying to say. A silent rule. I was nine out of the three.
What the rule was on? What the rule was on that he was talking about?
I but is he you're talking about or not?
You wasn't the show.
Decipher what I'm saying.
You wasn't the show. All right, okay.
But he said that silent rule, and I know.
But regardless of what, you can't understand a silent rule unless it's a boys' club.
Right, there you go, you know.
Well, you see me, I stopped listening to Ainsley when he said Kitchener, Lord Kitchener is, instead of was, I stopped listening to him.
Is that?
Yeah. Go ahead, Virginia. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ainsley King is tough on the ears. Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Virginia, go ahead. Finish up your point.
Yeah.
Because when that confusing.
No. Okay, well, I'm going to come off now. But just say, you know, you have a chance to, you know, and I doubt he'll come on this program and be interviewed. But
no, man, you had to come here.
Anyway. Yeah, you had to come there. Yeah. All right, guys.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Ainsley King is tough on the ears. I'll say that sometimes. He's not the first person who's been tough on the ears, and he won't be the last. He's tough to listen to sometimes.
Yeah. Oh boy. One texter on the WhatsApp is saying that Richard heard Miss Arima very well. I can't understand that.
Because he right next door, they say.
Yeah, she said like we did not hear well, but Richard heard the woman well. Caller, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Morning.
How is life?
Mr. Grant.
Who are my brothers? How are you going?
Mr. Grant, we good, man. Good. How you doing? You good?
Well, I went up Chicago last year looking at Frank Eastern Credit Union. Well, they moved from one place on Ramshan Street, I think, and they go on thing. Anyhow, I watched the video with the little boy yesterday. We get bounced down. I'll get it on the phone too.
It was a girl.
It's a girl. Okay. I went up. She all right because the maxi went on top of the line. I said, well, the next thing I see the girl trying to cross, and this white guy is coming on hit. As the woman said, he's supposed to put out the hand. All right. I won. On Ainsley King, how you could move a rule on the 26th of January for Carnival, which is the 16th and 17th of February, and it is a silent thing.
Oh, you heard that part too. What he was referring to when he talked about the silent rule? What is that? To be able to move things?
Yeah, but you see, this man, I watched his since last year when they take the money between themselves. He gives some artists who ain't appeared on the show in Skinner Park. When Bali and them took up that payment from the executive. Now you see the executive at Tuko, you're supposed to find who is them. Because some of them get money last year for not performing.
Allegedly.
Bali rigged the matter. And all them Calypsonians, I agree is because of court. Yeah, something wrong with the executive, and them Calypsonians say no. They just come like
But if that is the case, nothing wrong with the executive, something wrong with the Calypsonian and them.
But yeah, but the question on the executive too. I think Bevan Silver, the marketing man, and the movement decision tool.
Yeah, well, the executive need to get the Calypsonians of themselves, the ground troops need to get busy.
And I always said, he has not following all the culture in this Trinidad. I tell all you, I am mentioning one of them. You see these people and them, they let people write them too much. And you don't call a spade. That's me. Right?
All right, Mr. Grant.
All right, Mr. Grant, thanks much.
Yeah. You know what I find? I didn't want to say it's passing strange. And what I would say is that I'm surprised that there are not more creatives in the Calypso field speaking out on that issue with Elon Francis. Because it affects potentially the entire Calypso community.
Yeah.
And it affects artists generally in terms of your freedom of expression, if it is as nefarious as we think it was. But if TTT is not going to be transparent about the issue in terms of releasing the Dante logs and stuff like that, because they are an independent authority as indicated by the apologist minister, then you are in fact pandering to the fact that people are going to believe that it was what it was.
Richard, let me say this quickly, in addition to what you just said there, right? Now, somebody pointed out, remember I had said that Elon would have only performed that tune that day, right? Nobody heard the tune before, right? Somebody corrected me and said, well, they would have had to hear it in the morning. They would have had to hear it prior because he would have had to rehearse with the band, for the band to know the tune. So they would have been aware of what he was going to sing, right? That's one. But what does this remind you of? Remember, Richard, we went for months, if not more than a year. I think it might have crossed a year, where we were being told the antenna this and the antenna that. Yeah. And you know we didn't believe it, right?
Well, I kind of believed it, but I don't know you.
It was about 3 years, huh?
What? And the antenna this, the antenna that. Eh?
It was about 3 years.
Listen,
I believe that. I always believe people first time out.
So you believe in Dante? You believe in that Dante problem?
I am saying, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. If you're saying it's a Dante log, then present it. And don't couch it that TTT is independent. Because when you start to go down that road, you're starting to sound like Miss Leavitt. and I will start to call you Leavitt Morris.
Oh my word. Hey, people, the news is straight ahead, and we will continue with the final session when we get back. So, do you know what? Don't go anywhere. Get your popcorn and come back.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio and Gael Caribbean TV for Friday, the 20th of February. I'm Derek McMillan. So glad that you can join us. The Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association has welcomed Trinidad and Tobago's removal from the European Union's tax blacklist, describing it as a positive step for trade and investment. In a statement, the TTMA said it monitored the issue closely due to its impact on national taxation and commended government for completing the process to meet international standards on transparency and governance. The association said the delisting improves market access for exporters to the EU, removes defensive tax measures, strengthens investor confidence, and enhances bilateral economic relations. It also noted potential for expanded trade, stronger partnerships with EU member states, and improved access to international financial markets. The TTMA said it expects tangible outcomes and will continue promoting Trinidad and Tobago as a destination for trade, investment, and commerce. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles is calling on Prime Minister Kamla Persad Bissessar to withdraw what she described as serious and unsubstantiated allegations against the People's National Movement. In a statement, Beckles said the Prime Minister accused the PNM of mafia-style financing and pedophilia without providing evidence, and claimed similar allegations were made in 2022 and 2023 involving a supposed pedophile ring and human trafficking. Beckles argued that claims of organized crime, sexual exploitation, or financial wrongdoing must be supported by evidence and referred to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service for investigation, not aired on political platforms. She said repeated allegations undermine national institutions and called on the Prime Minister to retract the statements and apologize, adding that failure to do so should result in her resignation. In crime news, police are investigating a break-in at the Woodbrook Cemetery on Mukurapo Road, where thieves forced their way into the office and storage room between Sunday and Wednesday morning. Among the items stolen were weed whackers, mist blowers, a chainsaw, microwaves, gas tanks, a washing machine, a Lenovo computer, and $300 in cash. The items belong to the Port of Spain Corporation. The total value is still being assessed. In the Tunapuna district, police have recovered a missing 14-year-old girl at a La Horquetta home. She had separated from her guardian during carnival activities. A report of sexual assault has since been made. And in Pinau, 25-year-old Collis Meade was shot and killed in what police believe was a gang-related attack along SS Aaron Road. Investigators recovered 8 spent 9mm shell casings as inquiries continue. In regional news, an unconfirmed number of fishermen from St. Lucia are feared dead following recent U.S. military strikes in Caribbean waters. Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre confirmed that lives were lost, but said his government has received no official notification on the circumstances. Reports indicate bird fishing vessels were found near Canouan and Becklea after U.S. strikes on February 13 and 16. United States Southern Command said the operations targeted suspected drug trafficking vessels as part of an ongoing anti-narcotics campaign that has resulted in more than 130 deaths since last year. Relatives have identified at least 2 missing fishermen believed to have left Savins Bay on February 11th and never returned. The St. Lucian government says it is pursuing diplomatic channels to verify the facts. In international news, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has been released under investigation after being arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Thames Valley Police confirmed that a man in his 60s was taken into custody and properties in Berkshire and Norfolk were searched. The BBC understands the arrest relates to activity during his time as a UK trade envoy and follows the release of US Justice Department documents connected to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Mountbatten Windsor has previously denied wrongdoing and has not commented on the latest developments. His brother, King Charles III, said the law must take its course and pledged full cooperation. U.S. President Donald Trump described the situation as very sad, while American lawmakers say the matter is being closely watched in Washington. And that is news at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
From the producers of You Don't Leave Out to Watch Corn, now comes the first play of 2026, Scandal in Cedrus. What can possibly be going on in Cedrus? Scandal in Cedrus premieres at the Central Bank Auditorium for 2 nights only on Saturday the 28th of February at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday 1st of March at 6:30 p.m. Tickets are out now at all usual outlets and at the Central Bank Auditorium from the week of Monday the 23rd of February. Scandal in Cedrus. You ain't ready for this one.
Scandal in Cedrus, boy, the place got mad.
Save more now at Furniture Plus. Get a pair of pillows for only $49, queen mattresses from $7.99, free gifts with select purchases, plus extra discounts on higher purchase plans. Hurry, visit any Furniture Plus showroom today.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
End times is here. Are you prepared? Check us on New Era TT Radio or Net Radio with Brother Raka and Brother Yatazakawa on Mondays from 7 to 8 p.m. End times is here. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Breakfast Show. And of course, remember, you are listening to New Era TT Radio. And we are also coming to you on Gael Caribbean TV. Don't forget to check us out on our Facebook and the YouTube channel. Yeah, where you are live right now, New Era TT Radio, with the media browser, and everybody on our social media platforms. Good day to you. And thanks for being here. All right, so Wendell, we are back.
Yeah, we are, and we're just about getting ready to wrap up, but we have some time to take quite a few calls actually.
Yeah. Before we wrap, also, something that situation that Mr. Billy talked about earlier on, it really makes you wonder how serious we are about this whole crime situation. Because when things like that happen, I personally will expect a certain type of response. The police are where they say no stone will be left unturned or some kind of thing like that. To find these individuals who would have been responsible for that, and we're going out there and relentlessly to hunt them, especially because of the type of crime and that sort of thing. I don't know. I don't get the feeling that kind of relentless pursuit is taking place with the crime that is taking place in this country.
So Charles, I'm going to say it again. And I don't care who has a problem with it. The TTPS is hopeless. I don't know how many times I have to tell all of that. The TTPS is hopeless. Okay? The only time the TTPS had hope is when we went out of the TTPS rank and file to find somebody who could lead them, who had the guts to lead them. That's the only time we had hope. I had hope. Okay? The TTPS is hopeless. Okay? End of text. End of story. We will be here for the next 15, 20, however long we live. Might be 5, I don't know, however. You understand? But there are people who are going to be talking about the TTPS for years and years and years to come. Because every time you think that they went one step forward, they're going to go 9 back. They are hopeless, especially with that attitude of police officers now. They are hopeless. Hopeless. I don't know how much time I'm going to say it. Hopeless.
Hopeless.
Look at that video Lincoln sent, but he didn't send a video, he sent a link that sent me to a video of some part of the country with police officers using a bolt cutter to cut in some people play. And the people filming it, there's some women. They were loud and a lot of obscene was being used and so on, right? But the woman was basically saying she fed up of them coming here and taking and in her place and whatnot. And they sat up beat one of the women. You understand? And a whole bacchanal, they go on in, they hold a fella and push him inside the apartment. The woman telling him that, I don't even know what the bacchanal was really about. But when you saw the attitude, one of the police officers, see, they're filming him and he grabbing on the phone. Sir Charles, I never seen, that is hopelessness. No matter how many times the people say, whoever said you could film police, a judge could say it how many times he want. Police appearing before him, he dealing with them. They're hopeless. And I'm
Anyhow.
sorry, but there are good ones, and I know a few well. I know
Yeah,
a few
but
well.
we're drunk in the cesspool.
Situation with that TTPS.
Yeah,
They're in a
we-
hopeless situation.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right. So people, let's take your calls 2811315 or 2995196. Go ahead, Richard.
I was just looking at the Global Peace Index. Of course, it's out for 2026. Of course, it will be on data from 2025. And of course, the most peaceful and safest country in the world, according to the Global Peace Index, is Iceland at number 1, Ireland at number 2, New Zealand at number 3, Austria at 4, Switzerland at 5, Singapore at 6, Portugal at 7, Denmark at 8, Slovenia at 9, and Finland is 10. The United Kingdom, who had the audacity to put visa restrictions on us, and shame on you, United Kingdom, is number 30. You may be wondering where Trinidad is on this list.
We are the list at all?
We are on the list. We are at number 89. So we're the 89th safest country on the planet. If you want to look at it that way, you may be wondering, well, where is Ghana? Ghana is 106. Where is Jamaica? 93. You may be wondering, where is the United States? The United States is 128. And the least, according to this list, this is on the basis of safe, and the least safe is Russia, then Ukraine, then Sudan, then Democratic Republic of the Congo, then Yemen, then Afghanistan, Syria, South Sudan, Israel.
Places with wars.
Man, yeah, all the places that are back and going on.
Yeah.
So some interesting data. I'm not seeing the smaller islands though, like Barbados and Bahamas and stuff like that. Like they probably not really looked at. I don't.
Okay. So let me be the devil. Okay. So what you're saying, the higher up the rank is the safer you are?
Yes. So the safest country in the world for this year is Iceland. But this is on 2025 statistics, I think.
Yes. All right. Okay, cool. Nice. Hello. Good morning to your caller.
Yes, good morning to you all.
Morning.
I'm not calling from a cell phone.
Yes.
My money would have done.
It's Richard.
Very bad. Every morning you open the lines, you tell us you're taking calls, and then you have your colleagues talking. It's either we're taking calls or you're allowing them to talk. Anyway, let me move on. Oh God.
Because you have a producer there?
I agree with what Wendell said there about the TTPS. Let me tell all you something. Western Police Station is at the corner of Wendy Fitzwilliam Boulevard and the main road, the Diego Martin main road. There's a crosswalk as you swing the corner, which I find is so close to the corner. And every time you pass there, a maxi will stop on the crosswalk. And I don't know, I say, but these police officers, they don't come out the station. They should be, you see that little child that got knocked down? Ah, boy, they do it all the time. A maxi driver, there's never want to find out why you stop. As you stop, they want to overtake you. They should send out police from West End every morning down by that school, because there's a crosswalk there and these drivers hustling them. It has some PH drivers and they go. It's a hustle from Bagatelle to Starlight. That's the run they're making, and they're on a hustle. Oh God, man, whoever in charge of West End, send out a policeman, man, or two. Come on. And Wendell, I want to tell you, yesterday you was telling me why I didn't cut the trees in the river. Let me tell you something.
Why didn't cut the shrubbery? It wasn't trees then.
Why I didn't cut the shrubs? I come to George Umbala Joseph. He's a madman or what? I must go down. My family must go down. All the people who live in with the river behind us. Why we must go down in the river? And you're paying people, you have CBIP and Europe who was doing that. Why? That's why Kadisha send them home, because they ain't doing the work. Come on. I paying taxes, and I must go down and cut shrub. When you have people to do it, that is why they just do it that. Because of a woman.
Here's where we differ.
I say you have nothing. It's only cost, sudden cost, because you can't cost on the chat. You take up your 4,000 to pay a man to cut the bush behind your wall. That don't belong to you. She could have taken that 4,000 and donated to some home. Or you're mad. I tell you, that's why they ain't doing nothing. I can't blame Kadisha now, because them now come in office, and the UNC love to say, we now come in office, and the PNM was there all the time, rightfully so. Because I tell all you, it's 2 years I'm talking to the Simon Dinabrugger. Yeah, so I wouldn't blame Kadisha and what they in charge now. Come on, let them do the work. That's why they're getting paid. And that's why Kadisha send the tail
Mr. Martin.
There wasn't doing nothing.
Mr. Martin.
Mr.
Martin pays some young boys to climb the tree and strap up flags that say great is the PNM.
Here where Ms. Diego Martin and I differ in that case, right?
I bet you the PNM pay for it to come down.
Yeah. If I know something is going to personally affect me and it's in the public, it's out in the public, like just outside of my property, and it's going to personally affect me, I am going to do something about it. That's me. Not everybody's going to take that position, but I had a problem around my home where people were speeding. It's a blind corner. You know what I did? I get a guy to come and put 2 humps on either side of me because it was madness. And you know what everybody...
You're lawless. Because
you know what everybody else subsequently did? Realized it was a problem and put humps to slow down people. That's what
it's a lawless community. It's a lawless community you live in.
Yeah, you could say that. But guess what? It's to protect. My son was a year old at the time and had no fence. They had no fence. So there was a danger. And everybody driving like a madman around that corner, I put humps. I wait for the authorities.
Only the Wild West in Buena Vista.
Eventually the authorities come and added other humps. But I not waiting. You're mad? I'm sorry. That's just me, yeah. And if I see a tree growing up that go affect my property eventually, that tree has got to go. I not waiting. That tree has got to go.
All right, okay. Mr. Gomartin, you're back with us.
Yes. I want to tell Wendell, the tree is not affecting me, you know. There's a guy who come and cleans my yard. He will cut, I will open my back gate, and he will go behind there. There was a tree, he told me, he said some rubber tree. He said, if that don't get cut, he said that destroy down your wall. But he told me he has to go and get a castor blade or whatever, right? And he really cut it down. It was between me and the neighbor, because I don't want no tree lick down my wall. The trees I am talking about is down inside. Down inside. And I could, my wall is very high. So, but I am seeing the tree. You're seeing it? So why all you allow that to reach that?
Yeah.
My wall?
No problem.
The guy will open and he will cut there. The trees growing down in the river.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
All right.
This is madness.
All right, Mr. Gomartin, thanks much. Yeah.
Yeah, have a blessed weekend.
Yeah. And I understand what Mr. Gomartin is talking about. That down in the river. So when Mr. Gomartin would probably have noticed that it would have probably already reached a certain size coming out of the river up to where she
always gave the impression that the tree was affecting her personally. I did, you know. So now that she has clarified that, that's the end of that tree talk. And you wait.
Great. Great is the theater, but it shall prevail.
Yeah, but she can't, Richard, so I thought the tree was right by her where she could have hung the flags, but she can't go down in the river and hang no flag.
Yeah, you had to go down in that about 8 or 10 feet. You had to go down inside there. You understand? You obviously go back to the break she foot going down in that.
I had a friend who lived down in the west too. Same Diego Martin River. And she called me at time, oh God, she need help, What if it happened? The river eroding her wall. And her wall she has a swimming pool in her yard. You understand? I say, well, I wouldn't call her name. I say, well, you have to protect your property, don't wait. If you wait on Ministry of Works or whoever to come and fix that, you ain't going to fix it. You understand? I say, you will wait forever.
Yeah.
I don't know whatever happened to that, but I left. I tried my best. I tried to intervene, but at the time, I think a certain minister was Minister of Works, and me and he still have a running battle all today. So,
and yeah, hold it right there. Let me see if we can get in the callers. Caller, good morning.
Yes, sir, Charles.
Morning, Mr.
Wendell and Mr. Agubatik. Morning.
You see why Richard and I just keep talking? Because the same people calling you over and over and over. Go ahead.
I know call why.
No, Mr. Patrick, we welcome your call. We welcome your call every morning, Mr.
Patrick. All right. No, I have 2 points because I have people making 3 points. I making 2. Number 1, the child, the maxi taxi, and the car. All of them wrong. You understand? First thing, the maxi stop the wrong place. The child don't look up and down and just walk across you.
No. Left and right. Don't say up and down. Oh God, please take it back.
Left
and right.
Right. The child doesn't look. And the driver drive across the road where he's supposed to so long in a cool zone or a crossing zone. That's why I put in the chat. The public drivers and pedestrians need to be educated about the road. You can have some years back a little child run across the bus between and I'm actually picking up.
Yeah, not too long ago.
Right, because
but guess what, Mr. Patrick? The law is on the side of the child because the child is on a crosswalk. So the law will be on the side of the child.
I understand that. But
so you can't say the child wrong. You said the child wrong.
Everybody wrong.
No, not the child.
All right. Because listen, my mother and father used to teach us, regardless of how the road looking, look before you cross.
So the child might have been careless, but they're not wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Let me disagree to agree.
No problem. Your next point, Mr. Patrick.
Right. Martin. I work Highways Division 42 years. We had a section called drainage and bridges and a river. We used to go and maintain all the river, all the bridge. You can remember how long time it's a wood bridge, plank bridge.
Yeah, remember that, Mr. Patrick?
I way before my time.
No, all I report.
I just teasing him, Mr. Patrick. Go ahead now.
She says that he has plank bridge. And we had a bridges section, all variety of bridge, all of them. We used to go and maintain them bridges, maintain the river. When the people partnership come into power, they scrap that whole program. And they give it to contractors.
Tell Richard.
They give contractors that.
Yeah. What are you telling me?
And after that, well, we know what went with the program, and they reopened a place called, I think called Pure. Crema Pure?
Yes.
Yeah. Pure madness.
On that Jacona. Never went on, so everything just remained and deteriorate better. They don't maintain bridge, they don't fix bridge, they don't clean the river, they don't do nothing.
Doesn't Pure still exist?
Yeah.
Yes, it still exists.
I think Pure still exists.
Yeah, they were going through some problems sometime there.
Right now, they head up Pure, they send you on leave. They send you head up Pure on vacation. Understand?
Yeah.
But I can remember we had these programs in place. Crept by the post office house, a drainage division. I don't want to go with all them things, brother. So it had things in place to deal with the river and to deal with bridges and maintenance of bridges. They scrap all them programs. So I don't know what program they have in place to deal with rivers bed and rivers bank. I don't know what program that, but I know they have a set of contractors around a certain time. They just get work to go and clean and dredge and to maintain. What you talking about? They need to dredge the river. Nice?
Yeah.
We had Bocat, you to go down the river. Bocat, you to go down the river and dredge that. All that done. So I don't know what's going on. But have a pleasant weekend.
Yeah, okay,
All right.
Mr. Patrick.
Yeah, Mr. Patrick.
And of course, to the people on the Gaia stream who will most likely be leaving us around this time, we thank you so much. And looking forward for you joining us again very early on Monday. Caller, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Sir Charles.
Morning, Princess.
I had to call to defend children on the road. You know, because I'm listening to the issue of the maxis. I had an experience about 2 years ago with a Form 2 son and some other friends crossing by Guaracara Park in Pointe-a-Pierre to go to an intercall match. And they came out a maxi, and the maxi driver stopped and was allowing them to cross in front of the maxi. Maybe that was wrong. But apparently he was waving to a maxi behind him to stop to allow them to cross, which he didn't. And my son was hit and flung 25 feet. He actually survived, but it was a very horrendous situation. And the driver, while he admitted that he made a mistake in trying to overtake his colleague in front, you know, they'll be rushing one another. When the matter came up in court, he had left the country, you know, and I had to bear all that as a family to kind of nurse him back to health. And therefore, the reason why I call is difficult to just say blame the children or blame so and so. But if we have more responsible drivers on the road, those things are less likely to happen, because in that case, they were well within the instruction of the driver who took them to the venue. And unfortunately, there was a Russian driver in the back who thought that was an opportunity to get ahead of them, of his colleague in front, you know. So I just thought I'd make that point in support of what Wendell was saying. You really can't just blame the children, you know.
No, you can't.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Princess.
Yeah. And you know, there are, I don't know, I mean, a lot of you all travel. When you go abroad, in school zones abroad, you cannot go more than 5 miles per hour. You cannot. During this time that the schools are during certain times of the day, you cannot go. And even during other times, you have to be so mindful. It is the law. When are we going to put proper things in place to protect children? Do we have to continuously wait on a video like this to put something in place? Do we have to continue to watch a video like this to know that the maxi stopping on crosswalk is a problem? What do we have to do again?
Yeah.
My God.
Richard, you have something you're going to talk about? Richard?
His mic is silent. Richard, your mic is silent.
All right, let's take a call. Caller, good morning. Sorry about that, Richard. I thought you were going to show something. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning.
Morning.
What I have to say.
Yeah, take down the volume on here.
I went to England and I went to California, and you believe I was so shocked when you are by that crossing. The car stopping quite, you know, I was so shocked because I know in Trinidad they don't respect crossing. So when I saw the car stop quite long before the crossing, and you know, thinking me to cross, I was such in shock. So you know, it's good to travel to see how they respect pedestrians and the crossing and so on, you know. And I am very cautious when I'm crossing the road now because I got knocked down on a crossing with amber flashing lights, blinking lights. Let's call it the blinking lights. And the cars were going, this on the Eastern Main Road, and cars were going to the west, and had traffic on the road. So I was crossing to go on to the other side, and I look at the distance, I saw where the other car was coming for me to cross because the other side had traffic. So I said, okay, it's safe for me to cross on the crossing to go, and because I got knocked down, and the lady who knocked me down told me she didn't see me on the crossing. When the police came to see now what was going on, what happened, she told the police I was not on the crossing. But anyway, I just show you how aware for Americans and so on outside there, they're very, very particular with people crossing. All right. So you all enjoy the weekend. Have a good day.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Anywhere else in the world, I mean, except for maybe Egypt, where it's just madness. People are the duck through traffic and thing. But anywhere else in the world, the respect that is given to us, anyone on a crosswalk, is so evident. Anywhere else I've been to in the world, you have to respect people on a crosswalk. You could be however hurry you want. The traffic light could change on you. Once you're going around a corner or meet somebody on a crosswalk, you stop.
Yeah, but I remember not too long ago, Wendell, earlier on this year, I was right by a Ruka there by the RC church, there's the school and everything in that area there. And when you press the buzzer by the traffic light, the bell comes out, making one sound. Yeah. So I pressed it twice and because it's working well because of the school and the church and everything. So I pressed it and the bell starts to ring and I started walking. A man fly across that and he bunks me and cussing me from coming out. I said, what madness is this? You understand?
Is that what you said? What madness is this?
Yeah, what madness is this? Because
those are your exact words, Sir Charles?
Yeah, I am saying, but what madness is it? Because I am crossing.
But you said just what madness is this?
Yeah. That's when I talk to you and Corey, you know.
Richard and Corey, I mean, you all are so sinful and deceitful.
Anyway,
yeah. Three of you could cuss. Well, let us cuss.
Yeah. One of these days, people will recognize you as probably being the biggest customer because you always ascribe it to everybody else.
If my own family, who I spend most time around, could tell people I don't curse, you ought to know I don't curse.
Yeah,
I don't curse.
Because you know the curse when you're
in the show to verify that. Your family in the show to verify that. You could say anything you want, you know.
Just come and ask them.
Yeah, you could say anything you want.
I have a good reason to cuss people, but I don't cuss.
Anyway, I just wanted to show people in villages and towns across Trinidad and Tobago that AI can give you ideas of how you can transform a city center.
That's the dial in Arima.
Yeah. And so I just asked AI to, transform Arima, a picture of Arima, but keep everything the same, but, just transform it.
Let's send that to your uncle.
And make it aesthetically beautiful.
You sent it to your uncle?
And to who?
To your uncle.
Just now, I didn't go up enough of an octave. To who?
Send it to your uncle.
First of all, somebody going to turn the corner and knock away that big plant. And the man who's sitting down on the bench is going to be running for the traffic.
A shame for the avenue. Every single plant dead, rotten. Every single plant pot is a garbage bin. And we spoke about this, you do these things and then put something maintenance in place. A beautiful project has gone to naught.
Sad. I hate when you see all the plant areas where people put all their garbage and things. I don't know, oh my word.
Well, not all people do that, but
most people do. Some people do.
Some people do, but not all. People respect
that is time.
And and I think the more beautiful you make a place, the more people respect it. And of course, Arima has to start with getting utility corridors, especially along those main streets, because that myriad of wires that hangs overhead, that I don't even know how technicians understand which wires for what. That they should get a prize for that.
Yes.
Because I don't even understand what wires for what. When I look up, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So all those things need to be underground. But you can beautify our cities and towns to make them places that people are proud to walk down and say, I love my town. I love how my city looks.
Yeah.
But local government, I don't know.
Take it in stages, Richard, like small areas, and Arima is the perfect place to start. Arima is the perfect place to start. Because it's small, it's compact, it's easy to fix. You understand? I know.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I think this is where we can leave it for today.
Yeah.
And the week.
Well, just have me working too hard on a week now.
A short week, but I mean, out
So,
of the
course,
carnival and everything.
what happened there? Something just came up on my screen there. But anyway, have a fantastic weekend, people. Whatever you do, remember to smile and laugh. It's great for your health, and you'll be smiling and laughing next week when theatre finally starts for 2026 at Central Bank Auditorium with Scandal in Cedrus. Tickets are available now at all the usual outlets: K Square Fashions, Brentwood Mall in Chagonas, Eastgates in Trinity area, and of course West Mall in West Trinidad. And of course, you can get tickets also at Electronics in Arima, Jabili Rawe in Trinapuna, and Toomey's Florals in Balbac Shopping Plaza and Charflair Auto Services in Charflair. Have a fantastic day, whatever you do.
Richard, you're in town? You're in town or you're in Arima? I need a drop to town. Otherwise, I have to take a TTRS.
No, I'm in neither place.
Yeah.
And
I have my vehicle. I don't have a vehicle, so I had to try TTRS and to get into town.
So where you are, in town or in Arima?
No, I'm in Arima. I get a drop home yesterday, and now I had to get a drop down the road.
No, not in Arima.
Well, do like normal people. You must try and see how normal people just live. Sometimes walk out the road.
I travel, but
Take
I do have
a car, go Arima, walk down by the bus, by the taxi stand. Take a little maxi and check it out sometime.
We try to do all of that. One tea?
Yeah. No, not today. Today I had to reach in town for a certain time, so I will take a TTRS. I'll try TTRS today. Or else I'll go to the edge of the bus route and take a maxi down. That's what I'll do.
Yeah. Or a bus. When's the last time you traveled in a bus?
Hey, long time, boy. I promised myself that too. I want to try a bus one of these days. You know? But it'll take me too long. Those things stop too often, you know? I need a car that'll take me straight into town. Is he stopping? I can't take, really.
Right.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right, folks. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful weekend. Remember to be careful on the roads. Look out for the young ones. Lord knows how long I've seen that, 20 odd years. And remember to let go and let God.
Let me say a big shout out to Mrs. R. You have a fantastic day, Mrs. R, whatever you do.
Yeah, like she don't come back by your box again. I like half a band, see?
Yeah. Oh, his marriage was at risk or what? NewEraTTRadio.com.
Papa have the boss. Papa have a wife that they should clone and give to other people as wives, yes? That woman's special. Papa lucky for spite.
That was a joke, Harper. That was a joke. Well, more importantly, that was a joke, Harper's wife. Anyway, New Era TT Radio continues on NewEraTTRadio.com and New Era TT Radio on TuneIn. You can continue to listen to the excellent programming throughout the day. Have a fantastic weekend, people. Smile and laugh, you know. Don't let the politics butter up your head. You know, try and keep focused on whatever you want to achieve in life and smile doing it. It's great for your health. Well, I guess I have to say it. This has been
the breakfast show.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here, we bring in the soca way. Yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes